Welcome to Perfectly Seasoned Cooking Boot Camp. My name is Chef Greg Strom, and I'm reporting for duty. Click on the subscribe button to be notified when new episodes are posted. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to prepare a white bean chicken chili. You can find this recipe on my website by clicking the link below. I've adapted this recipe from one of my favorite sites, Taste of Home. And I've included the link also with the original recipe below so you can compare the differences. I like to use cannellini beans instead of Great Northerns because they're creamier in texture, and during cooking they hold up much better because they have thicker skins. Okay, recruits, fall in. I have all of my ingredients right here in front of me ready to use, and this is called mise en place, which is just a French term for putting in place. Always make sure you check your recipe in advance to make sure you have all the ingredients on hand. Having all of your ingredients prepped and in front of you will save time. Here are the ingredients. We start with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 cup of onion diced. We have 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast cut into small chunks. We have 3 cloves of garlic, very finely minced, along with 1 small jalapeno that's been finely diced. We also have 2½ teaspoons of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano that are crushed between your palms to make them nice and fine, and also a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which you can adjust to your own taste. We also have 1 4-ounce can of green chilies that are already chopped. We add a can of, or 1 cup, excuse me, 1 cup of IPA or your favorite beer. And then we also have a 32-ounce box of chicken stock, which is the perfect measurement, so you can buy it already pre-measured. We also use 3 14.5-ounce cans of white cannellini beans that have been drained. Now you need to drain 2 cans, and you need to mash the 3rd can to use as a thickening. And those are all of the ingredients. So let's get cooking. Here we are. We're going to take all of our ingredients to make this white bean chicken chili. And we're going to start with 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil in a heated pan. We're going to add the chopped onion. Nice and hot pan. That's what I like to hear. The next thing we're going to do is add the chicken so that it will brown. Now you want to make sure you don't fill the pan. You want to be able to see daylight between the chicken and the onions so that the chicken does not exude its own juices and cook. You want it to brown. So this will usually take probably about 5 to 7 minutes. There, you can see it's already starting to brown some. And while this is browning, I'm going to just show you very quickly the easiest way to prepare the chicken breast. You have a nice flat chicken breast. And I'm going to make just strips, cut through to make nice strips. And a 6-ounce chicken breast will probably give you about 4 to 5 slices. Turn it, and you're just going to tuck your fingers under. You don't want to end up being called stubby. And you're going to cut into cube. And we're going to add that to the chicken that we already have, okay? And that's basically how you... Oh, that's starting to smell good and look good. So, I just very quickly have to go to the sink here, wash my knife, and flip my cutting board over so that I am not cutting on a board with raw meat. And I'm flipping my board over. And if you notice, I have a wet rag underneath here, and that is to keep the board from slipping. A slipping board is a dangerous board. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the garlic. You'll want to add that a little later because you don't want it to burn. And stir that around, get There, that's nice. Oh, good. It's going to make a nice brown on the bottom. You're going to add the jalapeno. Now you can use more or less depending on your personal taste. If you want a firehouse chili, which I don't particularly care for because food should not be painful, you could add more. Now the next thing I'm doing is I'm adding my spices that have already been mixed together, and this will help release the oils in the chicken or in the pot so that when you add the liquid, it'll give you a nice level of flavor. There, look, there we go. See how nicely that is going. Okay, terrific. Now, I'm going to add the chilies. This is also a pre-measured jar, so that really makes it a nice ingredient to use. Just stir that in. You're going to add your 1 cup of IPA or whatever your favorite beer is. I like IPA because it has a nice citrusy flavor and it gives a little brightness to the taste of the chili. And that will get all of the fond, which is the brown bits on the bottom of the pan, loose and release all those flavors into the chicken chili. And now I'm going to add I think first I'm going to add the chicken stock because I don't want the beans to go in a dry pot. And so to make the chicken broth easier, just punch a hole in the top to allow air to break the vacuum, and it will just pour in perfectly, so you don't have to hear it go glug, 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 glug. So that's that. Now we're just going to stir and release all the remaining brown bits, or fond as the French term, from the bottom. And I'm just bringing this up to the boil very quickly, and it's just starting to bubble. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to add the 2 cans of drained white cannellini beans. Stir that in. Now, I mashed the 1 can, and I'm going to use that also as a thickening agent, so that goes in. And we just incorporate that into the chicken and stir that around to make sure it's all nice and incorporated. And all we have to do is cover and let it cook for 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, it's been 30 minutes, during which time I've cleaned my station and I prepared my serving dish along with all of my optional garnishes. So let's uncover this and see what we have. Aha! Look at that, nice, just simmering to the bubble. Very good. Okay, so now I'm just going to ladle this into my serving bowl here. And oh, smells really, really good. Okay, let me just clean the edge of this bowl off a little bit. A sloppy cook is a bad cook. Okay, and you notice I have a rubber glove on this, a plastic glove on this hand. I never serve prepared food without a plastic glove on my hand, ever. So I'm going to start here. I've chosen shredded pepper jack cheese, some guacamole, some sour cream. Also, I've chosen some chopped scallions and optional cilantro. Some people don't like cilantro. I do, so I'm going to use it. Also, a piece of freshly baked jalapeno cornbread would really be a great accompaniment. But that recipe will be coming up in a future boot camp episode, so stay tuned. Subscribe and stay tuned. This also will serve nicely with a Sauvignon Blanc, which I have here. And I prefer, though, with all of my chili, to serve it with beer. So I'm going to finish the beer that I used to make the recipe. And let's get that on there. Some jalapeno or some shredded cheese, a little, ooh, look at that. Some scallions, little color. Finish off with a nice garnish of fresh cilantro. And there you have it. White bean chicken chili. So in our next episode of Boot Camp Chili Cook-Off, I'm going to be showing you how to make a vegetarian chili that will make even the most hardcore carnivore fall in love with vegetables. I'm your personal chef, Greg Strom, for Perfectly Seasoned Boot Camp, reminding you to click and subscribe the button to become a member and a new recruit. If not, drop and chop me 10 onions in a fine dice. Until next time, this is Chef Greg saying over and out.